Right.
After the banning of his films and the disillusion of his first marriage, a disenchanted Mou would spend the larger part of the 1970s on a lengthy world tour that would take him across 4 continents, starting in the United States of America and the South American Republic of Bolivia.
Traveled to Europe in like the early 70s and
Yeah. But
Bolivia.
I come to this country first.
Ah, interesting.
I make another commercial film. Then all of a sudden, U.S. government invited me to visit here.
Yeah.
And this first time I get out of Taiwan.
Yeah.
I come to here.
You also went to Bolivia too, right? What'd you do there?
I try to make a film there.
Ah.
Yeah, because in Bolivia at that time have no film industry.
Yeah.
So that's how I went to there. I said, well, maybe we can make a film there.
Yeah.
Because the very nice country. I like it, you know. Very poor, but very nice. But they have a lot of reasons to fail. A lot of people try to help, but it doesn't work out.
After years of nomadic global sojourn, with particular time spent in Italy and France, T.F. Mou arrived in Hong Kong.
I believe in 1977 you started working for Shaw. But tell us like how you got there, you know.
Well, that's a very dramatic thing, actually. Yeah. I come back from Europe by land, from Paris all the way to Bangkok, backpack and a hitch. I went back to Hong Kong. I tried to write a book with all the pictures. I took a few thousand pictures on the way. Because in that time, Taiwan, very few young people come out, travel around in the world. You know. I just try to approve them. So you don't need that much money. You don't need to speak, all kind of language. How can you learn all that language? I mean, Europe, every country is different. You can't learn all of them.
Yeah, exactly.
You just go. But after I back to Hong Kong, the first week, a media guy met me in the street. So, oh, you come back? I said, yes, I come back. Okay, that's it. This is just say hello. The second day, they put on the newspaper. So, T.F. Mou come back to Hong Kong. Then I get a phone call from Shaw Brothers.
Yeah.
They say, we heard you study film business in Paris. I said, that's not true. I did study film business in Paris. Oh, anyway, so it doesn't matter. Anyway, you want to make work for us? I said, I work for you? Oh, yeah. This woman is Mona Fang.
Yeah, yes. I think she's
wife of the Reverend Shaw.
Shaw Brothers was a massive studio founded by brothers and businessmen Run and Run Me Shaw. It was an enormous enterprise, a veritable corporate movie factory that, at its peak, released nearly 100 new films per year. Like the biggest Hollywood studios in the Golden Age, it essentially owned its talent through tight contracts. The Shaw's facility was one of the most extensive on the planet outside of Hollywood, containing a huge backlot for shooting, post-production facilities of every type, and a dormitory for its actors and production staff to live, since their schedules often made living outside the backlots impractical. Though their martial arts films were the most lucrative, Shaw Brothers made films of virtually every type for every audience in Greater China and beyond.
She said, you have a story? Oh, everybody got a story. Oh, show me some. It's okay. I said, when? Tomorrow. Where? In Peninsula Hotel. Then hand up. I said, story? Yes, I got a lot of story, but not on paper. So I just run to the bookstore, buy a paper, buy a pen. I write 20 hours nonstop. I finished almost 50 pages.
Yeah. Wow.
Stories. I remember it's 3 o'clock. I have to see her in Peninsula. I finished at 2:30 something. I just found out my fingers, the skin already pop out. A whole night I didn't sleep. I washed my face, then run to this. to the hotel. That film
It's gone.
was
Right?
Gun.
Mou's first Shaw effort, Gun, produced in 1977, is a gritty 35-minute short subject about two young men who stumble upon a bag containing a gun, bullets, and a pair of grenades. The random introduction of these destructive items into their lives induces tragic and tumultuous results.
I like that film because it has kind of like that youthful, like anarchic kind of like rage to it. It looks sort of like a young person made it. It reminds me of like Easy Rider or Kinji Fukasaku's work.
This film actually, let's talk about two young guys, naive young guys, didn't know too much about life. Just because of accident, a small accident, they pick up something from the bushes, then change their life. Yeah. As a human being, a lot of things happen like that way.
Yeah.
Just for small things, small accidents, and change your whole life. Little things. See that? Yeah. The guy there, see this shot?
Yeah.
The big argument with this. The guy refused to do that.
Oh, yeah.
They complained to the production manager, so I'm not going to do. I don't want to do that.
This is like sort of the neat little scene where they, everything turns around right here.
I look back.
Yeah.
At many things you can change my whole life.
Yeah.
But the thing is your decision.
Yeah.
The whole life you make some decision. You make your life.
Yeah.
Film talk about your decision making.
Yeah.
Influence your life.
You can see a lot of the themes in your later work already becoming very evident here, like the injustice of society, sort of corruption of power. It's all kind of sort of starting to develop here.
Soon thereafter, T.F. Mou would lend a directorial hand to Dreams of Eroticism, an eroticized exploitation version of Cao Su-chin's famous novel Dream of the Red Chamber. Made from conceptualization to finished film in a mere matter of days, the project would take 4 directors to complete.
That's a big joke.
Yeah.
Because in Shaw Brothers, one director is a very famous called Li Hanxiang.
Yeah, he's pretty well known.
Yeah. So he made a film about the story.
Yeah.
How to call it in English? It's
I think Dreams of the Red Chamber.
Yeah, Red Chamber. Yeah. Then another individual director also make it same film, but in different type, sexy type. So Run Xiao got mad. Run Xiao have an emergency meeting.
Yeah.
Call the production manager, said, we have to finish another film, the same type of film, in 7 days. The whole studio stopped.
Yeah.
We got 15 studios.
Yeah, they had a bunch of sound stages, right?
Yeah. So it stopped all the other films.
Yeah.
Stopped.
Yeah.
To make this film.
Yeah.
4 of us, like 7 days, day and night, make it. One way we make the film here, shooting here, develop there, and dubbing another dubbing room.
Yeah.
Like a
It was like a total
chain.
It was like a
automate. We finished 7 days. We sent to government 8 days. So the government called back. So your cup is still wet. You can't see it. 9 days show. But before we make the film, we make a deal with the Shaw Brothers. We said, well, if you want to make film like that, okay, but don't put our name on it.
and it's not credited to.
So now no credit there. So no director.
The film's credits, which you'll actually see in a few minutes, they read the Shaw Brothers Directors Group.
Yeah,
like that,
see that? That's the deal. How do you make film in 7 days?
How do you make a good film in 7 days? Yeah.
Mou's next stop would be the light-hearted romantic comedy Rock, Paper, Scissors, or Melody of Love. It was released early in 1978 and features actor Danny Lee, who would soon become famous for his roles in numerous harrowing police dramas. The film is a light-hearted look at the lives of 3 med school graduates and their not always successful attempts at finding love in the form of their boss's 3 beautiful daughters. Around that time, new romance would blossom in T.F. Mou's life, as he would meet and marry his now current wife in Hong Kong.
I will come back to Hong Kong and start making a film for Shaw Brothers.
Yeah.
I met my wife now, Linda. Actually, she come from States, so we met in Hong Kong. We got married. Now it's 30 years, more than 30 years. She's an anthropologist.
The next project T.F. Mou would direct at Shaw Brothers would be his most socio-political work at the studio to date, Gang of Refugees, or Bank Busters. The film would tell the story of a group of illegal immigrants from mainland China living in Hong Kong whose desperate circumstances forced them to resort to the desperate measure of robbing banks for a living. Bank Busters is a gritty, earnest look at city crime and the conditions which spawn it, a film akin to similar works made elsewhere in the same time period, such as Martin Scorsese's Taxi Driver and Japanese director Kinji Fukasaku's crime epics, like Battles Without Honor and Humanity. Before the film was released, the Shaw Brothers pressured Mou into censoring some of the film's Cultural Revolution-related dialogue, out of fear of alienating viewers in the Taiwan market.
Your film, Bank Busters, or The Gang of Refugees, that film's not available because they didn't remaster it. You know, they could. It's kind of a shame. I hear it's one of your best movies you did at studio. You know.
Yeah, I think that's my best movie at that time. Yeah, I think so. In Hong Kong, a lot of young men from China as refugees.
Yeah.
They swim, they cross mountains, risk their life to Hong Kong.
As seen in your film Lost Souls a few years later.
Yeah. Same situation.
Yeah.
So they try to get a better life. After they come to Hong Kong, they have a lot of pressure from China, the relatives, families. Because, you're in Hong Kong, you must be rich. But actually, they're not rich. They're very low level, life. But the Chinese family give a lot of pressure, so they have to get some money. So at the end of the day, they rob the bank.
Yeah.
But when they grow up, this cultural revolution time.
Yeah.
So everybody knows how to use guns and how to organize things.
Yeah.
So that's why they get together, organize, get a gun, and rob the bank.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they try to get money back to home.
Yeah.
And also they found out that in Hong Kong the police, the government corruption very bad. So they're all linked together. So basically, I'm very feel bad for them.